how do you feel when you watch these types of programs and then you see people who stutter being praised for their fluency towards the end of it?
It teaches people who don't know much about stuttering that they should judge us on our level of fluency. And you see that all the time. Like when I was coming into London today, I was doing a bit of research on George VI and Charles I. Both of them had stutters. And all the documents were talking about how bad their speech was, the bad speeches they made, this and that. And it was fully negative and fully judged on fluency. And that's what made them successful or unsuccessful. And I think that's what it is, really. It's showing people that if you're not fluent, then you can't be successful if you have a stutter.
Yeah, and these documentaries are doing a disservice to people who stutter, because stuttering is a disability. It's not something we can turn off. If you look at the law, stuttering is described as an actual disability. It's not an impediment. It's
Equalities Act 2010.
I
forgot the section, but
it's a real disability.
I'm going to link it below.
It's real. It's not something we can turn off and on. And I think these shows make it seem like if we go through a 3-day course, 5-day course, whatever, we can be cured.
It's not a magic wand.
It's just not true. I've been in these documentaries with these people, helping out as a coach. And once the cameras are off, these people are struggling.
No, it's true.
The same day, they're struggling as bad as they're struggling as much as they were before they started the course. Sometimes even worse, because now they have shame and guilt because they feel like they failed.
They got that added pressure.
It's crazy.
The added pressure is on.
It's
But
crazy.
surely it's easier to speak in a controlled room surrounded by people who stutter. But then if you get on the outside world, even with the contacts that you see on these programs, you can talk to 100 workers from Holland and Barrett, because everyone says that they're the nice workers. But then what happens when you have to talk to someone who isn't from fucking Holland and Barrett? No.
Yeah,
If you're talking to your boss at work who you don't like, does he like you? Or you're talking to some colleagues, or whoever you like,
I'll have a nice boss at work.
you know,
Just in case.
it's not real. These documentaries and how it's set up, it's not real. They do a disservice to people
It's
who,
like it's
who have
over.
this
No, I mean,
disability.
they are real,
But it only
but
captures.
then they're not clearly showing you what happens after that. They're not showing you the next week. They're not showing you the next month. They're not showing you 6 months after. And that's the issue. The reason why these things need to be shown more in the media is because if I haven't got a stutter and I'm watching that program and you're showing me that in 3 days someone's learned a breathing technique and now they're speaking to 200 people around London and they get in on a soapbox and they're speaking to someone. If I meet someone with a stutter, then the first thing I'm obviously going to say is take a breath, because that's what I know. Like, that's what I've watched. So someone's got all the trauma of having a stutter their whole life, and now me, who knows absolutely nothing about stuttering simply because it's never really affected me, it's never impacted me, haven't got anyone in my family that stutters. I'm going to meet someone that stutters and I'm going to be like, I watched this TV show and they were doing this breathing technique and everyone could speak, so I think you should do it. It's like that's
it's
what
like when people tell
we're
you to
educating.
sing everything.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
same
sing.
thing.
You know, like literally just why don't you just sing everything? If I walk into a kebab shop and start singing my order, it's like, but it's when people say that with seriousness, like, why don't you talk with a bit of a musical tone? It's like, because I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah, because
am I?
it's not
You shouldn't
real.
need to do that.
No.
It should be
It shouldn't
normalized, like we
change the way
discussed.
that I speak.
Exactly.
How do you feel about all this, Ruben? You're
Very
over
quiet in
there,
the
very
corner.
quiet,
Very
just
quiet in the
watching
corner.
us.
I'm just there like to be like the summarizer of like this first bit, but like I do agree that on a few of the points where it's impossible to capture everything in a program, and the problem is like the people who run the channels and who are like the directors, they're fluent people, so they're probably trying to find some kind of a story arc as opposed to give like a true representation. And in like the mainstream, people, they want to see some kind of progression and growth, and then a happy ending.
It would be quite downhearted
Yes.
if you saw people go on a course and then end the same.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
If they was watching, they'd be a bit like, oh, well, what was the point of those 3 days?
It's like a movie. Like my partner and her mum love happy endings. Like they don't want the movie to end in a sad way.
The same way it's
We just discard the movie. It's the same with these documentaries. People, it's not about the disability.
It's entertainment.
It's
Yeah,
just
but-
entertainment.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, but the question that I have is, why does having fluency mean that it's a happy ending now? Why can't it just be that someone wasn't prepared to speak at all, and now they're at work and they're interacting and they're contributing in a meeting, or they're trying to become a school teacher, even though they have a block here and there? Why does the happy ending mean that you have to be completely fluent? That's the image that is constantly
100%.
portrayed,
That'd
and
be a
that's
big
why there's so many people in the stuttering community who feel like they have failed, and that's why we're constantly receiving phone calls from people that have been on this course, that course, from all around the world, saying, I tried it, it's not worked. But are you further on than you were when you began? Have you spoken to more people? Are you doing a few more things than you were before you went on? So how has it not worked for you then? You know, but their meaning of not worked means I had a block this morning. And because of the image that's portrayed and what everyone else expects, they constantly feel like they've failed, which is obviously the sad part.
Yeah, like for me, being fluent is not the end goal. It can't be, because stuttering is a real disability, and it cannot be turned off. Number one, it's more of, like you were saying, Chris, just being able to do the things I want to do in life in general, and that should be the goal for all of us, if you stutter or not, having the confidence and feeling that you can achieve things in your life, things you want to do.
Yeah, like to show your authentic self. Like on my channels at the moment, I'm posting videos where if you didn't know me, you might not think I stutter. But I'm also posting videos of me talking to a taxi driver, blocking regularly, to show that it's not all easy days, easy speech. It's still challenging days, and I think we need that more raw, authentic level out there to show people, even the ones who they might think are doing well and have any success stories in their own way, are not perfect. And we all still have our challenging days. Like, you know, but stuttering doesn't make it a challenging day. If I'm still talking to the taxi driver, if I'm blocking, he doesn't care, I don't care, then that's all you can ask for, surely.
And by the way, it's not all bad. The awareness out there, because I'm seeing some stuff from the BSA, a few stuff I really like. They're actually promoting like it's okay to stutter and you should stutter. I think that's amazing.
It's
Just
the way we talk, isn't it?
It's the way we talk. Like that's what
the
we
poster
need.
that's been going around. That I've
That's
seen a
what
few
we
places.
need. It's the way we talk.
Because everyone talks in a different way. We all talk differently in general. So why should a stutter mean that's more different than any other verbal difference?